security guard. I'm standing back there watching all of this, right? It's the theater in the round, so everybody could see this.
Wow.
And so,
too. Yep.
Yeah, Thin Bad. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I saw that security guard run down the aisle and grab the drummer out of the pit.
He gave the drummer some.
He jerked the drummer out of the pit. All right, and the drummer kicking and screaming and hollering, and he drug the drummer up the aisle out to the exit door. Right, he kicked the exit door out and pulled him outside on the lawn.
Oh boy, that's funny.
And check this out. Mm-hmm. The whole theater was going like, what is going on? And people were standing, and David Ruffin was in the audience. He came to the show that night, right?
Oh wow!
And David Ruffin, and the whole show was shut down. Nothing was happening. David Ruffin got out of his seat, and I'm looking at this. Mm-hmm. Walked down on the stage in the theater in the round, and imitated a baby being born out of a female's womb. Mm. And he did the whole thing. I mean,
he was on cloud nine.
Yeah, he was.
Hey, Shannon, David acted the whole thing. He was like pulling and pulling. Shannon, he would pop his head out. Oh my gosh! And let me tell you, David turned that joint out, because once he got out, he went like, wah. I'll never forget that, man. And David Ruffin kept that audience, he kept them entertained till the Temptations could come back out of their dressing room, go back on stage, and sing. And that's how Dennis Edwards got in the group that night.
Wow.
Because they had Dennis to come down and sing David Ruffin's song.
Wow. Don't look any further.
Right. Don't look any further.
That's right.
Don't look any further.
That's right.
That's how it happened. That's y'all want to know?
Yeah.
Tonight, I have a question.
What you got?
Someone
Shannon?
wants to know, of all the Motown acts, which one was you starstruck about? Or have you ever been starstruck about any of the Motown acts?
I respected them. I respected all of the Motown acts, all of the groups, because we were friends. Mm-hmm. You know, Levi and Obie and Duke and all of them, and Lawrence. I mean, we were all. It was like, see, being out there in show business, we became family members. You know, because we were all going down the same path, and we were all on that journey to be successful. And we would help each other out. Like when Stevie would play the Apollo and we were on the show, we would stand in the wings and sing background to Stevie. You know, wow. I mean, that kind of camaraderie. We would help each other. We would go over to Motown and sing background on Marvin Gaye's records.
Wow.
I mean, it was that. So, you know, as far as, I don't know, I just always respected us as being respectful to each other and enjoying. I
guess this is a side note for myself. How did you feel about Marvin Gaye's passing?
Oh man, that hurt. That really hurt me, because what we did was Marvin Gaye's last television appearance was on a TV show with us. Mm-hmm. Because we both had, I heard it through the grapevine out.
That's right. And then Raisins.
Yeah, we had, the California Raisins. Yep. And we had, I heard it through the grapevine out first, but what I understand is they had Marvin's in the can. You know what I mean, Shannon? Mm-hmm. Do you guys know what that is? It's on the shelf.
They just held it on the shelf.
Right.
They just held it.
Right.
I don't even know whether they thought. I don't know whether Barry Gordy and them thought that Marvin Gaye's version, I Heard It Through the Grapevine, was that strong. Why would you hold a number one record right there like that on the shelf? Didn't make sense to me.
Right.
And then when Norman Whitfield came to us and gave us a track which was nowhere near what Marvin Gaye's was, but Norman Whitfield and Barrett Strong had written I Heard It Through the Grapevine, right? Mm-hmm. So when Norman gave us a track that he had created and gave us the lyrics to I Heard It Through the Grapevine, he told us to go home and study this and see what you come up with, right? So at that particular time, we were all living in the same house in Detroit, and we would get up every morning and make a little piece of I Heard It Through the Grapevine, a little piece of I Heard It Through the Grapevine, until one day we went over to Motown and knocked on Norman's office and said, "Okay, Norman, we got something we want to show you for I Heard It Through the Grapevine." And he said, "Okay, do it to me." So we sung I Heard It Through the Grapevine in his office that day, and he said, "Would you sing that again?" And we sung it again. And he called Smokey in the studio. Smokey was recording in the studio, and asked Smokey if he would turn his recording time over to him, because he had to get in there and cut this I Heard It Through the Grapevine with Gladys Knight and the Pips in his office. So Smokey accommodated. We went in the studio and we laid down I Heard It Through the Grapevine background. And then my sister went in, got on the mic and laid down one track of I Heard It Through the Grapevine, and that was it. And that's what you hear from us.
She went on there and ran it through.
Oh yeah, my sister is a first taker now. Come on. Come on.
She is not
Come
playing.
on, brother.
Came in.
Not have
brother.
time to play.
Because she ain't got no time.
Come through. She coming through and then she's gonna be done.
Yeah.
Sang and walked.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Mic
my
drop.
look, my little sister walk in there and she do her thing and drop the mic.
That's understandable. That is understandable. That's the part that's funny. That you would have were able to release the same song, but they would both blow up.
Yeah, we went to number. I don't think we didn't go to number one. I think we went to number two. We went to number one on the R&B chart, but we went to number two on the Billboard. Now I think what happened was that once our song smoked up the charts, right? Barry Gordy was looking like, hey, don't we have a remix or something like that? Or that Heard It Through the Grapevine? Pull that out, dust that thing off.
But his was yours was a more danceable tune.
Yeah,
so
what?
Night,
yeah,
fast you could move to it.
Right. This is it right here, Thin Bad. Here we go. Everybody, let's dance. Let's do that pit move. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, Shannon, work it out. Come on, Shannon.
Yeah, I'm hit you with the shoulder.
So, Bubba, I have to ask.
Yeah.
Since you saw the three of us moving, is it possible we're in the honorary Pip category now?
No. Of course, man. You guys can be honorary Pips.
Damn, I'd have made it. Mama.
Yeah.
Mama, I'd have made it. I'm a Pip.
Yeah, you're in the class.
Do you miss performing? Do you miss performing?
No, I like being retired, and I'm self quarantined.
That's right.
Yeah, I like being retired. Shannon, I've been on the road ever since I was 10.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Shannon. I love being at home.
That's right.
Enjoy y'all. Look what I'm doing, man. I'm on top.
Right.
I'm on you guys' show.
Loving it, and we loving it. And the audience is loving it too.
Yeah, I'm on No Chaser. Come on, man. I love this.
That's right. So Bubba, with I'm sorry, I cut you off, and I cut off Shannon, and I'm getting trouble.
They just want to know how many hit songs that you guys actually have.
Oh my gosh, we had so many hits I can't count them on two hands.
Wow.
I can't count all of them, but I know some of the most recognizable ones were I heard it through the grapevine.
Yes, sir.
Neither one of us. The best thing that ever happened to me. Imagination.
Wow.
Midnight Train to Georgia.
Okay.
On and on.
Wow.
Stop me, somebody.
I can't.
Stop me, somebody.
We can't.
Stop
Preach.
me. Stop me. Stop
Preach.
me. Somebody stop me.
So
in the
somebody
name of
in the
love.
group said over 35 hits.
Over 35.
Yeah. I'll endorse that. Yeah, I'll take it.
Wow.
You take that.
Come on, Shannon. Come on. I'll take it.
Well,
Check it out. Midnight Train to Georgia was one of our most recognizable and one of our mega hits. Okay, Midnight Train to Georgia. And by the way, although I just lost my dear beloved Mary Wilson, I also lost my friend Jim Weatherly.
Oh, yes.
Jim Weatherly.
Yes.
Jim Weatherly he was inducted in the Country Songwriters Hall of Fame. All right. Wow. And one of the main reasons he was inducted is because some of the hits that we had, like Midnight Train to Georgia, Best Thing That Ever Happened to Me, he wrote Neither One of Us Want to Be the First to Say Goodbye. All of these hits that we had, Jim Weatherly wrote these records, these songs. And I liken Jim Weatherly to Joe Montana and Jerry Rice. Okay.
Wow.
I liken because what would happen is Jim Weatherly would write the songs. Mm-hmm. Okay, I don't want to lose you guys.
No, we're good.
Jim Weatherly would write the songs, and he was like Joe Montana, and he would throw the ball, the song, and Gladys Knight and the Pips would catch it, and we would be Jerry Rice, and we would run it into the end zone, and both of us wound up in our respective halls of fame. But that's that chemistry, and that kind of chemistry that I was telling y'all about that worked for us. Here we have a white country and western writer and an R&B rhythm and blues African American group that came together and made history.
That's right.
So I'm saying that to your audience, like black and white people coming together, man, and understanding and working with each other. You understand? Wow. We could go so far. We could have hits. We could do so many things in this country if we would all come together and use our chemistry together as one. Hey, man, ain't no heights that we can't go when we do it together.
That's right.
So when you guys crossed over, right? So when you crossed over, did you have like separate concerts for blacks and separate concerts for whites, or did the blacks have to sit upstairs and whites had to sit downstairs? How did that actually work?
Yeah, we did that down in I think it was in Alabama, and also in it was in Alabama, Birmingham, and it was in Mississippi. Okay, wow. The concerts down there back in the day. Now we're doing the moonwalk. We're going backwards. Okay, the concerts back in the day. That one of the places we would perform with our brothers and sisters in the basement, and it would be like a dance kind of a situation. There were no chairs or nothing. Our people would just come and circle around, and we would perform in the basement. And we would do one show for them, and then we would go upstairs to the theater seats and perform for the white audience.
Wow.
And one of the things back in the day that made me really, really want to be in this business, and that was around the time when Emmett Till was lynched. You feel me?
Wow.
Y'all feeling me?
Yeah. Wow.
And y'all look up Emmett Till and you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We know.
White supremacist. Okay, y'all know. All right, check it out. Check this out. And when we performed at that particular engagement, it made me realize that what I was doing, the brothers